Hello and welcome to my entire review of the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest magazine from hatchett Partworks. I thought now would be an excellent time to cover this subscription, as hatchett Partworks have recently announced and gone through a trial run of their newest subscription, Warhammer Imperium. The forces are slightly different to what we're used to. Instead of the Imperium side having just Space Marines, they also now have an Adeptus Mechanicus force and a Sisters of Battle force. There's still a fair bit of scenery, and for the Xenos side it's just a load of Necrons. There's still some scenery, but yeah, this video is about this Conquest subscription, not about Imperium. If you'd like to know more about the Imperium subscription, please do just type in Warhammer 40,000 Imperium into YouTube, and most likely you'll find my in-depth look at the upcoming subscription. I also have a playlist on the channel called Warhammer Imperium. I received an email the other day to say that thank you for the interest, and they've been overwhelmed by the support, so the subscription is going to go ahead, and they're looking at a date of August. Just a few more months to wait on that one, but no doubt it'll be a nice addition, and lots of content for the channel surrounding all of those issues and forces and so on. Anyway, we're here to talk about this Conquest. Now, as you can see there, they're full binders, chock full of 80 issues. That's how many issues are in this subscription. Some issues were a bit lame. They only had 2 pots of paint. One issue had the base and the stand for the repulsor, but then you had some really decent issues which included like Felthius or Typhus, or a rhino that spread over a couple of issues. So there was still a lot of value to be had. Should have really been called the Conquest of Poxwalkers, because as you can see, there's an absolute ton of Poxwalkers. I would have preferred more intercessors, but the ones that we did receive are just the ones from the Dark Imperium. Again, with the Death Guard miniatures, there were some more models from Imperium as well. Odd on the Space Marine side that we got normal Space Marines. In the new subscription you won't get any normal Space Marines. It'll all be Primaris units, which is, yeah, it's odd. Also, there's going to be quite a few models from the Indomitus box set, both from Necron side in terms of the Warriors and the Scorpet Destroyer Lord, but with Primaris there's going to be things like the Eradicators and Lieutenant and Blade Guard and things like that. But you are getting Rebute Gilliman and Minus Calgar. So if you've only just started the hobby in the past year or so, it's going to be a great place to build up, essentially 4 armies in one. I like the variety in the new Imperium set, but at the same time I would have preferred them if they just focused on 2 main armies and then you had 2 large armies at the end of it, which this one did. So if I just go through all of the issues, now bearing in mind you could pop into a Games Workshop store or a newsagent and pick the issues up individually, or you could set up a subscription. The magazines were £8 per issue, but you'd receive all 4 of them every month, and Hatchett would direct debit £32 a month out of your account. And of course, if you do the maths, then you'll find out that it would have cost you £640. So it's £640 for all of what you can see here. They did charge I think £7 or £8 per binder though, after the first one was free, so you can add another £24 onto that. And I think there were a couple of additional products that they bundled in with the subscription that you had to pay extra for, like the Silver Skulls, I say Codex, it's more like an army showcase book really, among anything. If you'd like to know how much the next subscription will be from August, they've bumped up the price by £1 per issue, which is still £4 more per month. and that works out at £720. So it's costing you an extra £80 for the new subscription. More new models in that set than this set. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm looking at this Conquest finished in 2020, and they still had models there from, you know, 2017 in there. Whereas this new Imperium set, I think we'll be getting models in that subscription that have been out less than a year, which is great news. Going back to the price, I think it would have been better for them to stick to £8, even if it meant a couple more dud issues. I think £8 or, you know, £30 is a bit more reasonable rather than £36. £36 is almost breaching that £40 mark, and you know that nowadays, you know, what's that? A box of 3 Space Marines. But you see where I'm coming from. It's a guarantee. It's pretty much guaranteed box set and a paint or two per month, or 4 issues of this, and one of those issues could be a couple of paints itself. So yeah, keeping it at £8 would have been a bit nicer to do. But let's just go through all of the issues first of all. So as I say, 80 issues. The first kind of couple of issues were a bit cheaper than usual. So the first issue, the very first one, was only £1.99, and that included your 3 easy to build Primaris intercessors, 3 pots of paint, so black, so Abaddon black, Macragge blue and Retributor armour. And in the first issue you also got a starter brush. Issue 2 included easy to build Death Guard Plague Marines and Death Guard green paint and 6 dice. Issue 3 was the easy to build Primaris Reavers and Lead Belcher. Issue 4 was the Death Guard Poxwalkers and Bugman's Glow. Issue 5 had Lieutenant Calcius, which is unique for this subscription. You couldn't get him anywhere else. Issue 6 was the easy to build Death Guard Plague Marines. Issue 7 was Null Noil and Agrax Earthshade, very important shades. Issue 8 was a Primaris Librarian. So this is where it gets interesting. Sometimes in these issues you get a model that's worth £22.50 for £8, and that's going to be a similar case with the Warhammer Imperium. Issue 9 had the easy to build Death Guard Poxwalkers. Issue 10 had a Myphitic Blight Hauler. Issue 11 had the easy to build Primaris Aggressors. Issue 12 had the Foul Blightspawn and a Plastic Ruler. Issue 13 had a Munitorum Armoured Container. 14 had Large Dry Brush Mechanica Standard Grey. 15 had the Biologist Putrefy and 6 dice. 16 had the Primaris Inceptor, 2 Primaris Intercessors and 2 Primaris Hellblasters, so, you know, one of the sprues from the Dark Imperium. Issue 17 had another Munitorum Armoured Container. Issue 18 had Rakkar Flesh and Mephistone red paints. Issue 19 had easy to build Lord Felthius and Tainted Court. 20 had another Munitorum Armoured Container. 21 had the easy to build Primaris Space Marine Reavers. 22 had the Astro Granite and Medium Base Brush. Issue 23 had a Battlefield Accessories set. Issue 24 and 25 was the easy to build Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. That was a decent saving. Issue 26 had Abaddon Black and Reichland Flesh Shade paints. Issue 27 and 28 had the Chaos Rhino. Issue 29 had the Primaris Captain. Issue 30 had the 1/2 of the Rise of Pattern Ruins. Issue 31 had the medium layer brush, the Death Guard green paint and Celesta grey paint. Issue 32 had the Primaris Apothecary. Issue 33 had the Thermic Plasma Conduits. Issue 34 had a Plague Marine, Plaguecaster and Blightbringer. Issue 35 had the Primaris Chaplain. Issue 36 had the Macragge Blue, Steel Legion Drab, Athonian Camo Shade paints. Issue 37 had the second half of the STC Rise of Pattern Ruins. Issue 38 had Nauseous Rockbone, the Plague Surgeon. Issue 39 had the Primaris Captain. Issue 40 had Liberator Gold, Stormhost Silver and Wild Rider red paints. Issue 41 and 42 had the Plague Burst Crawler, very decent considering that is a £40 kit. Issue 43 had the Thermic Plasma Regulators. Issue 44 had Lead Belcher and Necron Compound. Issue 45 had Space Marine Scouts. Issue 46 had the Fetid Bloat Drone, Lord of Contagion and 4 Plague Marines. Issue 47 had the Land Speeder. Issue 48 had 2 Space Marine Bikers. Issue 49 had Ogre in Camo, Dawnstone and Calgar Blue. Issue 50 had 10 Chaos Cultists. Issue 51 had the Hemotrope Reactor. Issue 52 had Astro Granite. That was a terrible set just for 1 texture paint. Issue 53 had 1 Space Marine Biker. Again, terrible set. Issue 54 though redeemed itself with Typhus. Issue 55 had the Sector Mechanicus Alchemite Pipes. Issue 56 had 5 Primaris Intercessors, 2 Primaris Lieutenants and 1 Primaris Ancient. Issue 57 had Temple Guard Blue and Thousand Suns Blue. Not a very good issue, that. Issue 58 had a Space Marine Attack Bike and a game map. Issue 59 had 2 Primaris Intercessors, 2 Primaris Hellblasters and 1 Primaris Inceptor. Issue 60 had 10 Poxwalkers and 1 Plague Marine. Issue 61 had the Urban Conquest Imperial Objectives. Issue 62 had the Sector Mechanicus Galvanic Servo Haulers. Issue 63 had 10 Poxwalkers and 1 Plague Marine. Issue 64 had Astro Granite again. Issue 65 had Space Marine Heroes. That was a very decent saving of £22 because that's a set of £30 for those 2 Space Marines. Issue 66 had the Plague Marine Icon Bearer. Issue 67 had the Space Marine Scouts with sniper rifles. Issue 68 had the 2nd Hemotrope Reactor. 69 had Plague Marine Champion. 70 had Cadian Fleshtone and White Scar. That was a bad issue. Issue 71 had the Sector Mechanicus Galvanic Crane. Issue 72 had Chaos Spawn. Issue 73 had Nihilak Oxide and Nurgle's Rot. Not a very good issue. Issue 74 had Scribus the Tallyman. Issue 75, 76, 77 and 78 had the Primaris Repulsor. That was quite decent, although it's only 3 sprues and I wish that they would have bundled the base and the stand in one of those so that it would just divide it by 3 and then you would have got a Repulsor for £24 instead of 32. And the final 2 issues, issue 79 and 80, was the Sector Mechanicus Galvanic Magnavent. Very good saving, that one, because that would normally set you back about £34. So the total cost of all the issues, not including the extra binders and special items, and considering that the first couple of issues were a little bit of a different price, is £629.20. The total value of all the models, the brushes and the paints, not including any of the extras, would have set you back £1,101. So you've saved 42.8% or £471. Pretty much you've saved almost £500 by getting them through this subscription. That's if you really want them. I mean, obviously, you know, your mileage may vary. I clearly have now a number of duplicates, including like the captain, but luckily you can change his weapons. You know, some of the Primaris models are exactly the same, like the chaplain, but some of them you can get away with. The Death Guard, it's probably a worse picture in terms of some of those characters you really can't pose them. Typhus, you can only take his flies off. The Spawn are good though, that you can change them. Some of the Death Guard Plague Marines look the same, and obviously all the Poxwalkers do. The vehicles, it's a bit negligible in terms of the Plague Burst Crawler and the Rhinos. They're always going to look the same. They're always going to look extremely similar. And then there's the big load of scenery as well. So let's have a look at these models up close and personal then. So there is the easy to build Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought, which I don't think you can get as an easy to build kit anymore, which is a bit of a shame. I think mine was about £20 or so. So if you want one of those, it's going to set you back £40, but it's still a fantastic kit. You've got Hellblasters there, slightly to the left of the model, and then you've got a Repulsor. Not quite sure why Games Workshop printed all of these in the blue plastic. There's not really any difference in terms of quality. It's still the same plastic, but the plastic is coloured blue. You've got some Inceptors to the left hand side. You've got 10 Scouts. You know, you're I say close combat Scouts, or I've equipped them with bolt guns because I've just got so many. And also we've got some sniper rifle Scouts. It looks like you're getting 6 Reavers there. You're also getting 6 Aggressors. All of them look to be the easy to build aggressors though. You're getting a load of intercessors that you get in the Dark Imperium. You're getting the chaplain there. You're getting the captain in the Gravis armor with the power sword. You're getting Lieutenant Calcius. You're getting librarian. You're getting another captain, another apothecary, the Space Marine heroes, you know, in the Cataphractii armor, and the I say the chaplain. You're getting 3 normal bikers, normal Space Marine bikes, and you're getting the attack bike. You're also getting the land speeder, like a full kit land speeder. Over on the Death Guard side of things, you're getting Typhus, you're getting Lord Felthius, you're getting 3 Blight Lord Terminators, you know, the Tainted Court that go with Felthius, so that might boost up your Blight Lord Terminators. You're getting some characters there like Plague Surgeon and Biologist Putrefier and the Tallyman, so you're getting some of those elite choices. You're getting loads and loads of Poxwalkers there. It looks to be about 20. You're getting the Chaos Spawn, you're getting a Fetid Bloat Drone, you're getting the Plague Burst Crawler, a Rhino. Tell you what would have been nice to have for Death Guard would have been a Land Raider. Split over a few issues, but it's still good that they technically got a big tank. Getting the Myphitic Blight Hauler there, you're getting a number of Space Marine, you're getting a number of Death Guard Plague Marines, and you're also getting some cultists. Moving over to the scenery, now if you can just ignore the Warlord Titan in the background, I'm sure it's difficult to do, but yeah, you've got some objective markers there on the right hand side in grey. You're getting the containers, the servo haulers, the thermic regulators, the hemotrope reactors, the plasma thermic regulators, I think they are. You're getting some Promethean pipelines, some SDC ruins, and the big Sector Mechanicus galvanic Magnavent. So you're getting that large selection of scenery. You're getting 2 large forces. You pretty much got 2 big armies out of this for your £600 or so, as well as all the content in all of the issues and any extra additional bits and bobs that you got, and a decent number of paints. Now, don't get me wrong, £640 is now don't get me wrong, £630 is a huge amount of money. It's essentially a Titan, or even almost 2 Titans. It always surprises me, people that have had this subscription but still talk about how costly like Titans are, and that they will never be able to get one and things, because it works a similar way. It's a choice. You could have either chosen to spend, you know, £32 or so a month on this magazine, or you could have just put £30 in the bank and then bought a Titan at the end of it. However, I do think that this has been a fantastic subscription for anyone that wanted to bolster their forces, if you can overlook some of the duplicate models, and also for newcomers. You know, this has given you so many models, and you know, if this is the only if this is your only experience of the hobby, to have these 2 big armies and to go through all of the magazines, it's a pretty decent taster of 8th edition. Hopefully, if us Brits and a couple of European countries like what Hatchett are doing with Imperium, and if you Americans send them all emails asking them that you want the subscription over in your country, that would be enough to eventually help them release a subscription like this into more countries and be available elsewhere. I really hope that that will happen for you guys that missed out on this subscription. But what do you guys think of this kind of subscription? For me, at least, I purely look at these things as giving you more content and covering models that I may well not ordinarily cover, or cover in a nice time frame, such as the Chaos Spawn for that matter, and some of the scenery pieces. But it's also great to, you know, bolster the armies and just add more to the forces. What do you guys think of this subscription, and how does it compare to the upcoming Imperium subscription? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today and through the entire Warhammer 40k Conquest journey. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you look forward to what's in store with the upcoming Warhammer Imperium and my coverage of that subscription. As always, I'm not sent any of this for free, so I rely mainly on your memberships and support by using the Element Games affiliate link, and I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that does so already. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.